Welcome to my channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of parenting, child development, and those everyday moments that make raising kids both magical and mysterious. Imagine this. You're at a playdate, watching your little one babble away, or maybe staying unusually quiet, and suddenly you're hit with that nagging question every mom asks herself at some point. Is my child developing language on track? Is she ahead, behind, or just right? What if those first words, or the lack of them, could hint at something bigger about her future? If you've ever compared your toddler's chatter to another kid's, or wondered why boys and girls seem to hit milestones differently, you're not alone. Stick around as we unravel the story of one child's extraordinary language journey and what the data really says about how kids learn to talk. Because understanding this could change how you see those precious early conversations. In the quiet suburbs, where family life unfolds in cozy homes filled with toys and laughter, there lived a young girl named Emily. At just 22 months old, Emily was already a chatterbox, especially in the solitude of her crib before drifting off to sleep. Her parents, both economists with a knack for analyzing patterns in life, found themselves at a lively cocktail party one evening. Amid the clinking glasses and casual conversations, Emily's mother struck up a chat with a visiting professor named Catherine Nelson, an expert in the intricate field of child language development. When Emily's mother casually mentioned her daughter's endless monologues in the crib, Professor Nelson's eyes lit up with excitement. This was a golden opportunity for research, a chance to capture the raw, unfiltered process of how a child acquires language. Eager to contribute, Emily's parents agreed to record her nightly crib speeches for the next 18 months or so. Night after night, they set up the tape recorder, capturing not just Emily talking to herself, but also her interactions with them. Emily's mother even took on the painstaking task of transcribing many of these tapes, deciphering the toddler's imperfect pronunciation to reveal the budding thoughts beneath. This collection of tapes and transcripts became a treasure trove for researchers. They delved into profound questions about child cognition. Does a child's grasp of the future emerge before their understanding of the past? How do verb tenses evolve in tiny minds? The data sparked academic papers, lively conferences, and eventually a comprehensive book compiling the findings. Ironically, years later, Emily herself would pen a book on parenting, reflecting on her own role as both the subject of such scrutiny and now an observer of her own children's growth. The book, titled Narratives from the Crib, was published when Emily was around 9 years old. She remembers that day vividly, coming home from school, spotting the advanced copy on the porch table, her heart racing with curiosity about her younger self. Flipping through the pages, she hoped for personal revelations, perhaps funny anecdotes or glimpses into her toddler personality. Instead, she encountered a scholarly tome, dry and technical, filled with linguistic analyses of sentence structures and verb forms. There were a few amusing quotes from her recordings that brought a smile, but overall, she set it aside, disappointed by its academic tone. Fast forward to adulthood, and now Emily had her own daughter, Penelope, approaching the same tender age. That old parental instinct kicked in, the universal urge to compare. Emily pored over the book again, this time with a mission. How did Penelope stack up against her mother's younger self? The earliest quote in the book, from Emily at 22 months and 5 days, read, "When Daddy comes, I put that there, then eat my breakfast, and Daddy make my bed." Was she stringing together sentences like that? Emily pressed her own mother for details. Did I really say that, or was that just your interpretation? But memories fade, and her mother couldn't recall, or so she said. Communication is what sets us apart as humans. The ability to express needs, share stories, and connect through words, signs, or writing. Picture that transformative moment when your child moves beyond cries and frantic pointing at the fridge to uttering a simple, "Milk, please," or even a demanding, "Milk." It's like witnessing the emergence of a little personality, a spark of independence. Parents cherish those first words. Penelope's was shoes, Finn's was Penelope, affectionately shortened to Papa. In those early days, many of us quietly tally up our child's vocabulary, counting each new word as a milestone. Yet, language becomes a prime arena for comparisons. Your child to peers, siblings to each other, or even to your own childhood tales. Emily had been cautioned before her son Finn arrived that having a daughter first could skew perceptions. Boys tend to develop language more gradually, her gentle friends advised. Others were blunter. You might worry your son isn't as quick. Those with boys first often raved about how advanced their daughters seemed in contrast. Gauging where your child stands isn't simple. Pediatricians focus on red flags for intervention, like checking if a 2-year-old has at least 25 regular words. Below that, further evaluation might be needed. But this is a baseline for concern, not a full picture of the average or the spectrum. The typical child far exceeds 25 words by 2, but how many exactly? Most parenting guides echo this cautionary approach without delving into the broader range. Even with detailed stats, deeper questions linger. Does early talking predict future skills? Is it linked to intelligence or success? The answers exist in the data, though they're nuanced, one more definitive, the other less so. To map out the spread of vocabulary, researchers face challenges. Counting words seems easy when a child has only a handful, but as they amass hundreds, parents might overlook rarer ones. Then there's the quirk of child-specific lingo. Take Finn, at just over 2, fixated on a quirky song called Bumblebee Variety Show by their local music teacher. It played on loop in the car, and Finn belted it out everywhere, pronouncing the title as one long word, Bumblebee Variety Show. Does this count as knowing variety? Probably not, since he wouldn't use it elsewhere. Is Bumblebee Variety Show one word or just a fun sound? It's tricky. Experts sidestep these issues with a standardized tool, the MacArthur-Bates Communicative Developmental Inventory, or MB-CDI. Parents complete this survey, checking off words from a list of 680 across categories like animal sounds, actions, and body parts. For kids over 16 months, it covers words and sentences. Younger ones include gestures too. You can try it yourself. Links in the description. This method shines because it prompts recall, jogging memories of words like shovel you might forget otherwise, and ensures apples-to-apples comparisons by using the same word set for all. Sure, it might undervalue kids with niche vocabularies like skipping Coke if soda isn't in your home, or sled in tropical climates, but for younger ages with fewer words, these quirks even out. Thousands have taken this survey for research, assessments, or curiosity, uploading results to a public database. From this, we visualize the distribution, a graph with age on the bottom, word count on the side, lines marking percentiles from 10th to 90th. At 24 months, the 50th percentile hits about 300 words. The 10th percentile? Around 75. The 90th? Nearly 550. Language explodes post-14 or 16 months. Even top 1-year-olds have few words, and at 8 months, gestures and words are scarce. Emily chuckled at this, recalling her mother-in-law's claim that her husband said fishy at 6 months. Charming, but data suggests it's rare. The site offers breakdowns. Later-born kids progress slower. Higher parental education correlates with faster development. Bilingual children take longer, but master both languages. Fascinatingly, girls outpace boys across the board. At 24 months, average girls have 50 more words. By 30 months, top performers converge, but gaps persist elsewhere. Remember, this data skews towards educated families, so averages might be higher than in the general population, but still, it offers more than vague worry thresholds, highlighting the wide normal range. Beyond comparisons, does early language matter long-term? Does it forecast reading prowess or school success? Anecdotes abound. Late talkers who read early, precocious speakers who shine. But averages tell the tale. Correlations exist, but they're tangled with factors like parental education, which influences many outcomes. Studies likely inflate links due to incomplete controls. Focusing on extremes, research by Leslie Rescorla tracked 32 late talkers, mostly boys, averaging 21 words at 24 to 31 months, against typical peers following to age 17. Late talkers scored lower on later tests, like IQ, but rarely in the bottom tiers, none below the 10th percentile at 17, despite starting there in language. Larger studies, like one with 6,000 kids, echo this. 24-month vocabulary predicts up to age 5, but most catch up within norms. For mid-range kids, a 2011 study compared later talkers, 230 words at 2, to early, 460, through age 11. Early ones edged ahead on measures like word attack, 110 versus 104 average, but distributions overlapped massively. Individual differences dwarf group gaps. Even exceptional early talkers show modest correlations with later feats, not guarantees. Parents can't help comparing, and language is an early benchmark. Data enables informed views, but early skills predict weakly. Precocious talk doesn't ensure 4-year-old success. Late talkers often blend in soon. In summary, tools like MB-CDI let you benchmark your child. Girls average faster than boys, with overlaps. Early language ties loosely to later scores in reading, but individually, it's no crystal ball. If this sparked thoughts about your own little one's language journey, hit that like button, subscribe for more parenting insights, and share in the comments. What was your child's first word? Let's chat about these milestones together.